Alright, so as promised, I'm going to do a predictions video on the new JANEMBA and PIKKON. Now, these are both of their banners, as you guys have seen from Jump Festa. These are very, very good banners, well, in my eyes, but this is the hugest bait that Dokkan's ever done. Assuming that PIKKON is not even that most hyped character, I knew they were going to do something like this. Like, beforehand, I didn't think they were going to do something crazy, but this is beyond crazy. This is beyond the biggest bait I ever seen right before the New Year's banner, which I technically recommend you summon on if you don't have any good LRs. But if you aren't going to, then might as well skip it. Personally, in my opinion, you should personally skip it, but it's your choice on your stones. But these are the banners. These are very good. The reason why is because, one, they have two LRs on both the dual Dokkan Fest banners. On the PIKKON banner, you got obviously the new PIKKON himself, you got Blue Gogeta, you got the physical LR Super Gogeta, and then you got Boo, and then some other characters in there. In the JANEMBA banner, you got Blue Vegito, the Int LR Super Vegito, and then you got Gotenks. Now, if I recall, usually banners with two LRs have, in dual Dokkan Fest banners, Dokkan Fest banners, they usually have up to 10 SSRs in there. Ooh, that's a huge. It's a huge selection of SSRs on there. It's gonna put a toll on your stones, but hopefully, if you do plan on summoning on this banner, I'd say it's okay. But I would suggest holding your stones off until later on, until they come back. But this is pretty much the biggest bait in history. Just because there's not just two of the new Dokkan Fest units, but there's two LRs. That's huge. That is huge. But for this video specifically, we're going to be talking about the new PIKKON and the new JANEMBA. So obviously we're going to start off with JANEMBA because technically he's going to be the most interesting, since he's going to replace, well, not replace, because he can work well with he can link with the JANEMBA, the Super JANEMBAs that we already have out, so he's going to definitely work. But this is what I'm thinking of. Now, before I get started, these predictions are pretty much either going to be not on point, or they're going to be very incorrect, or completely off the map of what Dokkan's actually going to release, probably tomorrow night, is what I'm assuming. So don't count your chickens till they hatch on this one, because I might be completely wrong or completely right. Who knows what categories they will release for both of them, but we'll see. So starting off the predictions, I'm going to predict about the stuff on the JANEMBA, and I assume that, first of all, they did say he was a active skill transformation unit, so he does transform from baby JANEMBA to Super JANEMBA based on active skill. I should have put that right there, active skill, but that's fine. And I assume he is going to be an extreme tech. My god, these extreme tech definitely needs a buff, and I think having this unit as an extreme tech would definitely make him freaking useful in most case scenarios, depending on how they build him. But like I said, these are my predictions, so who knows what they'll put up. So these are my ideas. So what I think for his new skill is they'll introduce the regeneration category, which I want them to, because we have a very good amount of units in the game that actually do regenerate themselves, like Piccolo, Cell, Super JANEMBA. Or yeah, you can't say Super JANEMBA because he does heal, not heal, but he dodges a lot. Also, we have Boo, who's very useful. So I'd say regeneration would be a nice touch to this guy. And I believe he does have a regeneration tag on Dragon Ball Legends, so that's something we need to keep in mind. It could work on there as well. It could work on, if it works on Legends, it could work on here, on Dokkan. Next up, we have a secondary leader skill for this first set of leader skills, which is movie bosses. Obviously, because one we technically need another movie boss's lead, even though we have Broly, who's already so good. Just like the AG Alterless, having another one would be nice in case for some reason people don't pull, I don't know, physical Dragon Ball Super Broly. So I guess this is like a good replacement for him before you actually pull DBS Broly, but for sure he's actually pretty good enough right there. Now I did actually create two leader skills that could pertain to this unit, so I also put movie bosses or transformation boost, key plus 4, and 150% to all stats. The reason why is because, well, I believe Golden Frieza had key plus 4 and 150% to all stats, so I think this could work pretty well with this unit as well, specifically extreme class units like Janemba, Frieza, Cell, because Cell had that kind of leader skill for his category as well. Now, this is what I think his passive would be before he transforms. So he gets 2 ki. I should put 2 ki right here actually. So he gets 2 ki, 120% attack and defense, and reduces damage by 20% up to a max of 40% after each hit. So that means he only needs to get hit twice in order to reduce 40%. In order to have 40% damage reduction. Then he changes AGL to Tech Spears. Yeah, we technically did need one that can do that, so how I got this was going from one of his, I was going through all the cards that involve Janemba, well mostly Baby Janemba and Super Janemba, and I found out that Janemba can possibly do orb changing in his SR and his SSR. So maybe what he could do is he could do keys, do type orb changes, so maybe that could work. But he is also a movie boss's support. Key plus 2 and 30% attack and defense only if there's one enemy, and then he gives the regeneration category key 2 and 50% attack and 30% defense. I believe it is very similar to the Tien and Boo Piccolo that released like, I don't know, 3-4 months ago. So that's why I think of them, and their conditions only have to be like, for movie bosses there only has to be one enemy in order to get this buff, and then for regeneration the buff is only given when there are only 2 or more enemies, which is kind of useful for Super Battle Road, and for one enemy it's going to be useful for like events such as the Legendary Goku event, the Infinite Dragon Ball History, sometimes Super Battle Road depending on the enemy stages, and some other Dokkan events or Battlefield, so this definitely works. The other passive skill that I created for him is actually the same thing, except the fact that it is a little it's kind of flip-flopped, so it's transformation boost. So instead of movie bosses on the first part of the passive, it's gonna be transformation boost, key plus 2 and 30% attack and defense when there's only one enemy. So it's kind of similar to SDR Cooler's passive. And then his second is obviously movie bosses, key plus 2 and 50% attack and 30% defense if there are 2 or more enemies. Same concept, same thing, really. But I don't think it's gonna be like very realistic. But I feel like they're gonna do some sort of support, maybe some key changes, or give him like a huge buff. But there is a possible damage reduction in there for sure. Maybe it's possible, but who knows. His super attack now, I don't think this is possible. Maybe they might not do this kind of super attack, but I can imagine his super attack as an AoE super attack. Now, I wish I already pulled up a Baby Janemba's super attack, but I feel like this guy's gonna have an AoE super attack that does immense damage to all enemies and greatly lowers defense. Maybe he'll just do immense damage to one enemy and just greatly lowers defense from there. I just wanted to make it similar to how all the other Janembas are designed, so because they actually lower defense, he lowers defense as well. What about this one? Just does huge damage, but yeah, he lowers defense. I wanted to make him similar to that, so that's why I did, except he does AoE damage. Maybe he does, like I said, he only does it to one enemy, but definitely he'll lower defense for sure. Then his active skill, like I said, he is a transformation boost unit that uses his active skill to transform. So his active skill just lets him transform into Super JANEMBA, but his conditions, he can only activate this when HP is 70% or below, because I think this kind of transformation boost character will only transform after HP conditions. It can't be through turn conditions, because in the movie, Super Saiyan 3 Goku defeats, well, almost kills baby JANEMBA with a full-on freaking assault and literally almost crushes him. So maybe this also applies as well. As you guys saw from his active skill, he literally just melts into Super JANEMBA. So that's the reason why I put it as an HP restrictive type of transformation / active skill. And these are his links. I believe these should be his links, because really this is baby JANEMBA. It's really nothing different. I feel like the only thing they could just add is big bad bosses and fierce battle. How I got this was from his SR, because this is the only baby JANEMBA that we have in the game and nowhere else. So this is the only links that I had to get from him. There's no one else that could actually be used in there. So good enough. I guess this actually kind of works. Now when you activate his active skill and he transforms, he becomes Super JANEMBA, which his leader skill is obviously the same, so it really doesn't matter. His post transformation passive now. How I came up with this is kind of wonky. One, I wanted to make his passive sort of balanced out towards the point where he could be as good as where is he? Come on, here he is. I want him to be as good as Ultimate Gohan. So if you guys don't know how Ultimate Gohan works, he gets 3 ki 150%, guards all attacks, gets an additional 50% through the rest of battle when guard is active, attacks effective against all types when facing only one enemy whose HP is 50% or more, or when facing a Majin Buu Saga category enemy. In this case, what I did was I gave him 3 ki 150% attack and defense. It's not as much as Ultimate Gohan's, but at least he's useful in this case. He also guards all attacks, which well, in the wording that they did for him before they made it simpler, guard activated against all attacks. Yeah, it's basically for every JANEMBA in the game, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna word it as that. Where is he? Yeah, guards activated against all attacks. Guards activated against all attacks, except for, was it this JANEMBA, but he's just a simple SSR. But for sure, they're going to give him something that they're going to let him guard against all attacks for sure. And then he has a medium chance of evading enemies' attacks, including super attack. I wanted to make him as balanced as that because they've already done that for SCR JANEMBA, they've already done that for JANEMBA, might as well do it for this guy as well. Then he gets an additional 50% attack when guard is activated, so this part of the passive did come from the Gohans, except it's not for the rest of battle, it's only when guard is activated, so it's only for that specific turn. And then he's only effective against all types when facing against one enemy, which definitely works, or when there's a movie heroes category enemy. So he did face off against Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he did face off against technically Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta or Super Saiyan Vegeta, and he did go up against PIKKON, so this definitely works in this case, in this scenario as well. And plus, I just made it very similar to how I just made it so that it works well like the movie. Like, come on, who wouldn't want to? And then his super attack is pretty crazy. I think it's a little overpowered. He does immense damage, like his pre-transformation. He massively lowers defense, like a goddamn freaking turd. And then he greatly raises attack and defense for one turn, which means additionals would have to be very useful for a unit like this. So giving him additionals would be kind of nice. And his links are pretty much the same as the previous JANEMBAs. So he has big bad bosses, shocking speed, metamorphosis, brutal beatdown, nightmare, fear and faith, and fierce battle. Really good link set, but I believe this will only work if you have regeneration as a category lead, or as part of the category. That's the reason why I want this to work, because of this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Janemba. If you guys have any like comments or thoughts on this on my predictions for Janemba, you can put that in the comment section below. But right now we're gonna move on to PIKKON. Now PIKKON is not a transformation unit, I'm sorry, but he is a unit super attack PIKKON. Now, do I like this guy? Yes. Has he been represented as a good character? Technically yes, but that was before until now. So let's see what he does. First of all, I predict that PIKKON will be either a super physical or a super AGL. The reason why is because I don't know, we haven't gotten a really good super physical in a while. Have we? Well, we did get LR Blue Boys. We did get the new TN. We did get LR Krillin. Well, those are really good honestly, but maybe he could be one? I don't know. Maybe he could be Super AGL because we haven't had one in a hot minute. Well, the last one that we got was, I don't know, Bardock? I think Bardock was the last Super AGL, so maybe he could be Super AGL, who knows, but those are like the only two types I would recommend for him to be. No more Super SCR. Please, we've already gotten enough Super SCR units that are so good in this game, or SCR units in general, that this year has become SCR year, and I do not want another one, so please, no more Super SCR. So these are his leader skills, well, possible leader skills. So I gave him like 3 possible leader skills, so hear me out. So his leader skill could be the new category that they introduced, because I have no idea what category they would introduce for this PIKKON, honestly. I have no idea what words will go with him. And then he could either, and then his secondary leader skill for the first leader skill would be Movie Heroes, which gives him like key 3 130% attack and HP and attack, and 130% HP. Pretty similar to, was it AGL Blue Gogetas? So it definitely works. Or the secondary leader skill, or the second set of leader skills, would be the new category or Battle of Wits, key +4 and 150% to all stats. They could possibly do that for a super class unit. I don't mind. Really, that's actually pretty good. Or crazy enough, maybe they could do Battle of Wits or Movie Heroes, key +3, 170% attack and defense, and 130% HP. Do I think that's a good idea? No. Are all these leader skills possible enough for him to be that good? Maybe. These combinations of numbers could also be possible. Maybe I'm missing something, I forget, but it's possible for him to have this. His passive is a very, very weird ass passive, so hear me out. He gets 3 key, 150% attack and defense, so it's very similar to Janemba's. He lowers all enemies' defense by 40%. The reason why I'm doing that is because first of all, let me get rid of you guys here. And let me pull up the other PIKKONs up here, because I kind of made myself a little bit too clear, but maybe this could help out just a tiny bit. I made it so that his passive is very similar to all the other PIKKONs out there that we already have, so I got his lowering defense from the int PIKKON, so maybe that's not going to be possible for in a realistic scenario, but this might work. He also launches 2 additional attacks that have a medium chance of becoming a super attack. How I got this part of the passive, or how I came up with this part of the passive, was from Super PIKKON, who also does additionals when you're spacing against 1 enemy or 2 enemies. This guy just launches in 2 additional attacks, have a medium chance of becoming super, nothing too crazy, no restrictions on this whatsoever. This makes him really good. The reason why I wanted to be like this is because PIKKON needs to sell well, and if he doesn't sell well, and if this unit doesn't sell well, there's no top grossing, and he's gonna be very useless. That is all I'm gonna say. He also gains an additional 10% attack and defense, up to a max of 50% per attack. So every time he attacks, he gets an additional 10% attack and defense. Oh shoot, that's a percent sign. not an and sign. There you go. So that makes him very useful considering that it is going to, I believe, stack on top of the 150% attack and defense, so he'll have a huge amount of attack and defense for sure. Then he'll be effective against all types if facing a movie bosses or transformation boost category. I feel like this is the most OP part of the passive because he's effective against movie bosses or transformation boost, which by the way, combining them both together, it's a pretty large amount of characters that he could take out in like one shot maybe. And then he gives the a possible new category or movie heroes 2 key and 30% attack and defense, or he'll do the same thing. He'll do the exact same thing, except he'll give the new category or Battle of Wits 2 key and 30% attack and defense. That's pretty much the only way I could figure out how his passive could work. But he'll definitely be focused around movie heroes, Battle of Wits, or his new category. That's the thing. And I want him and Janemba to be good supports, so that's the reason why I want them to be like that. But you guys can put that in the comment section below and see what other ways you could probably come up with for his passive. His super attack, now I don't know what his super attack will be. Maybe it could be Thunder Flash, maybe could it be Thunder Flash? I don't know. Thunder Flash, Hyper Tornado. Maybe either of those super attacks could be the name of this, but it can just do immense damage, greatly lower attack, because as I've seen from the past PIKKONs, he lowers attack, so why not let him lower attack? And then he just greatly raises attack and defense for one turn just to make him even more useful. Might as well make him. And then his unit super attack. Okay. I needed to think about this for a little bit, but I probably didn't have to. So obviously he does immense damage. That's what the unit super attack would be. And then it's effective against all types because Gogeta is in the super attack. God damn it, my boy. God damn it. God freaking damn it. But Gogeta is going to be in there, so it's going to be effective against all types no matter what. So that's because of Gogeta. Then greatly lowers attack and defense. And then greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns. Yeah, I know it's still OP. Giving him additionals will also make him OP. But I think this is the best way to bring out his full potential and make sure that Gogeta shines the most besides PIKKON, but who cares, it's PIKKON and Gogeta. But it is possible that they could do this, or just take off this part of the super attack effect and just leave this in there. So that's fine. And his conditions, I gave him 6 possible conditions for this goddamn unit super attack. Why? Because I thought of these 6 possible conditions in a freaking flash. Like, okay, here's the first condition that I'm thinking of for his unit super attack. In order to activate these, one of these 6 has to be possible. This can only be activated when there is a movie heroes category ally whose name includes Goku Angel or Vegeta Angel attacking in the same turn, so you're not limited to just having just baseborn Goku Angel or baseborn Vegeta Angel. You can use, I don't know, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta, but they have to be movie heroes, so unfortunately you can't use Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta, but you can use, I believe, Super Saiyan Vegeta Angel, that's AGL I believe, and you can use the Tech Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku, something like that. But they have to be movie heroes. And they have to be in the same rotation, or either of them have to be in the same rotation actually, so it's fine. The second condition is activated when there is a movie heroes category ally whose name includes Goku or Vegeta in the same team. So you don't have to put them in the same rotation, you could just leave them in the team and his unit super attack can activate right away, just like that. And his third possibility can only activate when there are movie heroes category allies whose name includes Goku Angel and Vegeta Angel in the same rotation, which is probably one of the other most likely conditions, because if you want Gogeta to appear in the super attack, they must fuse, and I think having both of them in the same rotation is probably the most likely to happen. But hopefully it's not, because we don't want that to happen. Hopefully it's, yeah, we don't want that to happen, but who knows, other people may like it, others may not, but still, I think this is the most possible one. His fourth condition, unit super attack condition is when there are movie heroes blah 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 allies whose name includes Goku Angel and Vegeta Angel in the team, so you don't need to put them in the same rotation just like the previous one. You can just have both of them in the same team, and unit super attack can activate in the flash, which is a lot better than the previous one. But I still think this is probably the most prevalent one out of all. His fifth condition. Now this is probably the most unlikely condition, but it could work. But I don't think it's gonna happen because of his artwork. Well, let me go back to his artwork. As you can see, Goku and Vegeta are in there, so I think he might need both. But this is kind of like a what if. So it can be activated when there is a movie heroes category ally whose name includes Gogeta, or actually Super Gogeta, attacking the same turn. His last condition is pretty much the same thing, except that he needs to be in the team. That's it. So out of all these conditions, all these super attack conditions, let me just there we go. Out of all of these conditions right here, I believe that this is gonna be weird. I believe that this one are going to be the most prevalent ones that might pop up on that card. I'm not sure, but I believe that's probably the most likely. I'm not gonna say that it will be guaranteed, but I think this is the most likely to happen. But probably other things such as the passive or the leader skill won't be in there, but maybe it might be in there. His links are pretty much a mixture of every other link from PIKKON. So, like for example, PIKKON has Gentleman. He literally has Gentleman in every one of his unit cards, so why not place Gentleman in there? Solid support, I got solid support from, which one is it? Did I take it off? I might have taken it off, but I think solid support will work on here because I believe I saw one of the PIKKONs have was it? Yeah, I saw one of the PIKKONs have solid support for sure. I believe it was it this one? I believe it was this one. Yeah, this one has solid support, so this tech PIKKON has solid support, so why not give this PIKKON some solid support as well? Experienced fighters, obviously every PIKKON has one. Same thing with tracking speed. Otherworld warriors, and obviously they need to have fierce battle because this is a Dokkan Fest PIKKON. It's not going to be any other PIKKON in the goddamn game. And then these are his categories. Obviously he's going to have worthy rivals, all these 4 categories because every other PIKKON has them. He's obviously going to have movie heroes because this is the PIKKON from the Fusion Reborn movie. And then he's going to have this special brand new category that who knows what the hell they're going to name this. But if this category isn't as good as the space traveling warriors category, I might be a little bit upset. I might be. So they have to make this category good in order for this to sell. But overall, these are all my predictions for the PIKKON and JANEMBA. I will put this document in the comment section below or the description. I don't know which one, but I will put them both under there. If you guys want to comment on what things should be changed or what other possibilities you think there should be for the passive, leader skill, super attack, active skills, unit super attack conditions, you can also comment them in this document or in the comment section below of this video. And yeah, that is it. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do so. We are 11 subscribers away from getting 1,000 subscribers. and I'll see you guys in the next one.